Today, we're taking a flight on an airline who changed their business model completely. Porter Airlines flew our regional routes out of primarily Toronto City Airport, with the longest one being a couple of destinations in Florida using only the Dash Q400. Their entire selling point was quote-unquote revolutionizing regional flying with a Dash 8 up until December 2022 when the Embrear E195-E2 joined the party. As of now, the airline has 24 of these jets, which are used for the transcontinental medium-haul flights. And these new costs and fuel-efficient aircrafts allow the airline to extend west. What's it like on board the E195? How comfortable will it be for the longer transcons? And what's all the hype with Porter Airlines? What's going on, guys? Casey Flower here. Today we are in Edmonton where we left off last time. We're going to fly on Porter's E2 over to Toronto. We're flying in the Porter Reserve, which is like their first class, so let's go and cover it. Online check-in for Porter is pretty typical. After filling out your identification, contact information, and confirming you're on a safety hazard, you can change your seats or add bags if you wish. And last things last, we are rewarded with a boarding pass. Alright, unfortunately our flight is a bit delayed. By a bit, I mean about 3 hours, due to, I believe, just weather in Toronto. So the aircraft now just parked over there and is ready to board us. Well, deplane the last passengers from Toronto, clean the aircraft, then board us. So we're still looking at a good, probably about 45 minutes till boarding. So to pass the time, I just went to the other end of the terminal to film that last intro bit. But we'll go ahead and check out our aircraft at the gate and see our ride to Toronto tonight. Okay, well, I would have liked to see the E2 at the gate, but there were some obstructions. Charlie Golf Zulu Quebec Vector was delivered brand new in December 2023. Alright, we are in the boarding area to get on the E2. The passengers are just getting off of it. They're going to go clean it and then board us. Departure is now officially delayed at 2.5 hours. The original departure time was 1:25. It is now going to be 3:50. So that's 2.5 hours longer in the Edmonton airport in between flights for me. If you're wondering how I get my information on the aircraft registration history or the seat maps, I use planespotters.net for my registration history. And for my seat specs, I use seatmaps.com so I can get the specific dimensions of the seat, so I can see the width, I can see the pitch, and even what to expect. For example, on this one, we're expecting in-seat power even. So yeah, I'll put like a thing up here on what to expect from the Porter Reserve fare and what we'll get for service today on this flight. So looking pretty promising, and I will see if they bring us on board. Before long, the line to board was growing in what was respectfully the completely wrong spot, and it was go time. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing so good, thank you.
Thank you for your patience today.
You're welcome.
And okay, all set.
All right.
Perfect. Enjoy your flight.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, 2.5 hours later. Let's go see what all the hype is about Porter. How are you doing today?
It's warm.
That's an understatement.
It's gonna be warm today.
Uh-huh.
Welcome. Good. Still here.
I made the brief walk to seat 3A with a width of 18.3 and a pitch of 36. Alright, welcome aboard the Porter E195-E2. I just have the window shade behind me just so my face isn't backlit, but the seat so far, the legroom down there is pretty good. Other than that, it's a pretty standard economy seat. You got a little welcome thing down there for Porter Reserve. You got the in-flight magazine, creatively named Reporter. Safety information card. Up here we got the instructions on connecting to the in-flight Wi-Fi and the menu for all of the complimentary meals. We can check all these out once we get in the air. And then last but certainly not least, plugged in already is the in-seat power with that green light down there indicating that's working. Anyway, other than that, it is blazing hot in here, but once we push back, kick the packs on, it'll cool down, and we'll be contacting departure at last. Look at that. We got an open hour seat. After a quick delay of exactly 3 hours, we left the gate.
We'd like to welcome all our passengers, including our VEI members on board your flight 406 to Toronto Pearson. On arrival in Toronto, the weather is expected to be light winds. It's currently overcast cloud and 28 degrees Celsius. Going to be pushing back here in about 10 to 15 minutes. We apologize for the late departure due to the inbound aircraft, as well as we do apologize for the current temperature. Once we push back, we'll have the AC faucet get you nice and cold. We're expecting it to be a smooth ride. We trust you enjoy our service. Thanks.
Alright, here we go, airborne out of Edmonton and on our way to Toronto. First things first, we're going to get connected to the in-flight Wi-Fi. So just select it in the Wi-Fi screen in settings. Once you're there, you're going to select the terms and conditions that you agree to. And then as a Portal VIP menu, it's going to show you the different Wi-Fi menu. But one of them is you can select free Wi-Fi for the whole flight as a Portal VIP reward member. So select that, sign in. Then in order to get connected to that, you just gotta watch a quick little video. But once that's over, you're connected. The Wi-Fi itself isn't great, but it definitely does get the job done. The upload and download speeds I didn't find to be that great. But if you want to like refresh social media, check the flight and flight radar, or just watch YouTube, or just stream any kind of media, then it can do that. But in terms of the upload and download speeds, I've noticed I didn't really get any good results from that. But yeah, I can see the cabin crew getting the meal ready, getting the meal service ready, and the Porter Reserve flight attendant that we have is coming through getting orders for the complimentary meal and getting orders for the complimentary drinks with that meal. So we'll get that, and once we get the meal, I'll show you guys the menu of the meal options that you can get.
Meal options for you?
What are the options?
So I've got a cheese plate, a peri-peri chicken roll, Asian roll, or chicken croissant.
Asian noodle sounds interesting. Thanks, man. Alright, dinner is served. Let's see what we got here. It's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so early dinner. So yeah, this opens by kind of folding that out. We got some crackers here, I'm pretty sure. Interesting. You got the Porter silverware here. So spoon, knife in there, and fork. So spoon, fork, and knife in there. Kind of like so. We got, step this aside while I knock this down. Are these Porter like sunglasses? Here, I'll turn it on for you. Interesting. It's got like the Porter raccoon on it, and you can like, can I wear it as like a? I think it's an eye mask. I think I can wear it as like an eye mask. It's got a little illustration back here, but yeah, I think it's a Porter raccoon eye mask. That's kind of cool. So yeah, bread or some kind of biscuit here. I'm not a foodie. I'm no food nerd. I'm a play nerd. And then this must be the noodles. I ordered the noodles, which sounded interesting. So, oh, interesting. Those are not noodles. And then one more thing here. It looks like some kind of chocolate. Alright, the main entree box has arrived, so I'm not going crazy. We actually do have something bigger. So if we open up the mystery box and see what's inside, somewhat noodles, yeah. We got some noodles down there with, I think, tomatoes. Not quite sure what those round things are on top of it, but yeah, that's definitely something down there. And along with the biscuit we have here, and the grain crackers. But yeah, that's the meal we have, one of the meals I should say, on board Porter. So yeah, I'll tell you what, I am going to gobble this up, and I'll show you guys a menu to see the other options we got. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm such an idiot. It's a device holder. This raccoon thing is actually a device holder. You can see the little raccoon watching something on it right there. So, yeah, we just put these two things together kind of, so they like cross over. Kind of like that. So I can just mount my phone on here, like so. Oh, this makes filming so much easier. Heck yeah. Alrighty, as promised, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the menu. I'm gonna go ahead and call myself done with my meal, so I just have it sitting at the tray table next to mine, as that seat is empty for the FA to take at his convenience. The one thing is that these tray tables aren't that big, and I was lucky enough to kind of have my own space and just put my meal on that side so I can have my space free. But when you don't, you're just gonna have to condense it and try to have it in that one small space and just kind of hope that nothing falls off in that area. And it's just barely enough room to eat. But if you are lucky enough to have an empty seat next to you, then you can just like spread out and have your own space down here. But yeah, if you look at the menu here, like I said, it has a Wi-Fi connection instructions, a textual version of it, in case you don't want to watch the clip of me doing it again visually. You can just look at it textually. It also says it again on the menu that's here, which we'll go through. And then right next to that menu, you can see a lot of the drinks. I'm going to try to avoid being as thorough in this one, just to save time and not be boring. By the way, here's the cover, where you have a raccoon, a side picture of the E195-E2, some clouds, a duck. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go through all the photos on that menu. But yeah, no. Drinks with some alcoholic stuff, soda stuff. All complimentary, by the way, in the Port Reserve. So yeah, here are a bunch of the meals. So, all CAD, of course. So sunrise crepes, croissant. So breakfast foods, I presume, in Porter Cafe. Greek yogurt, croissant breakfast, cheese and fruit tray. Pause the video if you want to look through it. And try to avoid skipping a page. Grilled chicken bowl, croissant sandwich duo, vegetarian butter bowl, cheese and fruit tray. I cannot speak. There you go, yeah. The Asian noodle salad bowl, that's what I got. There you go. The piri piri chicken bowl. I think that was the other like big option that people were getting. But yeah, other page. Again, feel free to pause it anytime. This is upside down. That really isn't helping me at all with filming. So yeah, we got honestly no clue what that top left one is. Noodle cup, chips, snacks, Kit Kat, Pringles. This is also appears to be upside down. It appears to be the exact same thing, but you got that, which also appears to be on the other page, the Mr. Porter's keychain. Yeah, no, just the exact same page, just one's inverted, one is not. And then next page. I think this is just the same stuff over and over again. So the lunch and dinner stuff right here. Am I going backwards? I feel like I'm going backwards. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's the menu of the Porter E195-E2. Slides in there. With that, the flight attendant actually came through with a snack basket, and I got this chocolate chip banana bread. And with that, that's pretty much all the meal and entertainment stuff done. We just have under 2 hours left on the flight, so I'm just going to sit back, relax, look at that big PW engine out there, getting us over there, and look at the Canadian scenery that isn't covered with clouds. Alright, you caught me. I wasn't raw dogging the rest of the flight. I was just riding the raw rating for it, which we'll get into once you hit top of descent. Alright, we are about a half hour away from landing, enjoying this absolutely epic sunset outside as we fly over the Canadian lakes. I'm going to use the rest of the flight to rate and review using my channel original rating system, the Raleigh rating scale. Very originally named because my first name is Raleigh, the one that I just mentioned in my last voiceover, where I totally raw dogged the rest of the flight from there. But yeah, if you're not familiar, I use this to rate every flight at the end of every one of my airline reviews with 6 different categories. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see how Porter did today. The service was a 10 out of 10. The purser for Porter Reserve took amazing care of everyone. He was friendly and very patient when taking orders. Great hospitality overall. The cleanliness was a 9 out of 10. The windows looked clean and the cabin was definitely presentable. The harder I looked, I was able to find some minor things with a little dirt. But I don't know anyone who would go that out of the way to find anything dirty, so it was definitely nice looking overall if I couldn't find anything. The Wi-Fi was an 8 out of 10. It started out a little slow, but I felt like the more I messed with it, the more I got used to each other and it cooperated better. It can do all the essentials well, such as tracking the flight, texting, or streaming video. The food was a 10 out of 10. I'm no food critic, so I'm not here to rate the taste or flavor. There were several meal options to choose from depending on the time of day, as well as some snacks, and even a little alcoholic drinks for those flights after 1700. The snack basket later on was also a comforting touch, and even later after that he came through with another drink order. I ordered another soda, but it never got to me as we hit some turbulence near the end. The entertainment was a 10 out of 10. There is free Wi-Fi for the whole flight as long as you have a VIP Porter account, and it worked great overall. But if you weren't a member, you could enjoy some of that free internet for a half hour, or the free movies and TV. Lastly, that paper device holder made out of that raccoon mask was such an original and helpful touch. The seat was a 10 out of 10. This was a standard economy seat with all the essentials done really well. Good legroom for someone my height and in-seat power. The armrest was a little low, which is really only taking out the comfort factor from when I hold my camera up and film for long periods of time, but that's just me being picky. It's not like everyone's going to be filming their flights. Or is it? So anyway, the overall Raleigh rating for this flight is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. Porter took a significant change to their regional business model by adding the longer flights with the E2. They definitely know what they're doing with the all-economy configuration and focusing on passenger comfort for the transcon. Those same meals that were included in Porter Reserve are also available in regular economy, or Porter Classic as well, but for the price listed on the menu. I think a 9.5 rating gave us a good idea on what all the quote-unquote hype was with Porter after the intro, and they definitely know what they're doing. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on Porter as much as I did on the flight, and I look forward to seeing you on the next airline.
Seated until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. Thank you.
It's been fun, thank you.
Yeah, take care.
I'll see ya. Bye for now.